Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe. And many thanks to all the fans, and I really appreciate all your feedback. I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing IFBB Pro women's physique competitor, Amy McKown, and her awesome husband, Eric McKown, to the podcast. I first interviewed Amy back in July, and she just competed in her first Olympia this past week. And Eric also competed, and he was in the Amateur Olympia in the men's physique division, or men's classic physique, I should say. I was very pleased to meet them both in Orlando, and they are just an amazing couple. So welcome, Amy and Eric. It's really good to have you here.
Good to be here. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Now, Amy, I bet it was thrilling for you to be at your first Olympia. Like, what was your experience like there?
It was incredible now that I've had time to sit down and recuperate and wrap my head around everything that was going on. It was just such a neat experience, from signing the posters to just being on the stage and just being a part of that just a year into being an IFBB pro it was incredible. So it was a little overwhelming. I'm still recuperating. I took 2 naps today, like 2 1-hour naps today. So I'm finally able to catch up on things, but just seeing all of the amazing competitors and, it's so different when you're actually in person, Instagram is great, but the real thing is just so much better. So I feel very lucky and privileged and honored to have been there.
That's terrific. Yeah, you look great during the prejudging, and you did a great job. And I know I saw y'all's cheering section. You had a good sized cheering section there.
Yes, we did.
Yes. I think we had, we were staying in a house. In that house alone, there was 12 of us. And my family, my mom, my dad, and my sister. We had a couple of friends come over from Jacksonville. And a couple of people that came down from here. The owners or the managers of our gym, they were there.
Wow.
And then another IFBB pro and her husband came down. So there was a lot of people there in support, which was really cool. I'm very lucky to have so many people who are so supportive.
That's terrific. That's
for
great.
Me and for him. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, it's great to have such a supportive group like that.
Yeah.
Did you get just like a big Airbnb for the house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's terrific. So you all could stay together and stuff too. That's awesome.
Stay together, easier to prepare food, able to spread out. We've done shows in the past with our kiddo coming along, and then 3 of us packed into a room and trying to prep for a show can get a little salty.
Yeah, and those little refrigerators do not accommodate 2 bodybuilders getting ready to go on stage. So there's just not enough room. So yeah, Airbnbs are the way to go, all the way.
Yeah, full-size fridge, I'm sure, is really good. Especially, I know what you mean with the bodybuilder diets and the meals and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned, Eric competed in the Amateur Olympia, and I bet it was thrilled for you both that y'all could root for each other on stage. How was your experience, Eric, on stage?
It was surreal. So this was the biggest stage that I've been on. I've done Master Nationals in the past, and being over 50, competing in an over 35 class was quite the experience. So I ended up in 7th, which I'm over the moon for. I think that was amazing. It was the best package that I have brought to stage to date. So it's only bigger and better for the next season.
That's terrific. Y'all both plan to compete this upcoming season?
Yes, indeed.
That's very cool. Let me see. I did have a question for you about competing. Do y'all know where you want to compete next, and do you want to do the same show basically, or?
So I really enjoyed and our dog is
Right.
going to be involved in this, I guess. He wants to be a part of it.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. It's cute.
I really enjoyed the Linda Murray show in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I really liked that show. I really liked Omaha too. You know, that's also an option just because it is so close to my family in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking, but you know, things can change and we just got to kind of see how our off season goes.
Yep.
So, and then he's got a plan, I think.
Yeah, so we're looking at Master Nationals in Pittsburgh, or potentially the Universe, or then even North Americans, depending on, you know, where our coach feels I'm at and ready to get back on stage. So this is going to be the year to get the pro card. So we're going to go big or go home on this one.
That's terrific. That's great. You guys both have the same coach, Trey Hodge?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's terrific. That's really cool. So he knows you both really well, and yeah, that's really cool, actually.
He took me on for 16 weeks ago. So
oh, really?
Before I'd even won in Atlanta, he was on the phone with Trey and was like, "Okay, man, I think she's gonna win. So I wanna do the Amateur Olympia or the Olympia Amateur." So
yeah.
So he was on board from that day. July 16th,
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's so cool. That's awesome that you guys are both working the same coach now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrific. I was curious, like, was there anything that really surprised you about the Olympia that you didn't expect?
Surprise, not so much. The energy, I guess you could call that a bit of a surprise. Like the amount of energy you see it on TV, you see it, you know, in the pay-per-view, but being there, just the energy in the convention, the energy, you know, around everybody watching, and then, you know, being able to be a part of, you know, with the competitors, being able to see that from my perspective, like it was just electric, the nonstop, like all senses were on high at that point. And so it was amazing start from doing the show myself and then moving into being able to support her for her big debut.
That's terrific. Yeah. And you had your cheering section was there for you too, Eric, right?
Yep, a good majority of them were there. A
Yep.
few of them, you know, with work and that had to come in a little later, but yeah, I had a good showing too. So like a very strong family friend network there.
That's terrific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from a fan perspective, I feel the same way about the Olympia, just like much bigger than any other show, you know, and it's there's so many components to it, you know, from meet and greet and the you know, the finals being so crazy with the lights and everything, and the prejudging is cool, but I need to remember to bring like a carpet square or something, because I was standing, you know, at standing room only if you don't buy a VIP ticket. So I need something to cushion my feet a little bit better on that concrete floor.
Who knows? There might be carpet next year wherever we're at.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Wherever they're Vegas.
Yeah,
I say we. I'm already going to be there.
Oh yeah, you're
hopefully.
I know. No, I agree. You're definitely gonna be there, I think. So yeah.
Manifesting it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think that's a good way to go.
Start now.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. You got a year to, well, now it's less than a year because they moved it to October. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was curious, did y'all get to meet any of your bodybuilding idols at the show? Because I bet it was really cool to see some of the other competitors.
I did not meet anyone that I can like in my mind remember at this moment.
So while she was tanning her second tan, Chris Bumstead came walking by, had a brief hello, how you doing, but he was eating while he was moving to his next engagement, so I didn't want to, you know, you never want to bother a bodybuilder while they're eating, so it was just hey, how you doing, good luck, you're awesome. and moved on from there. We did get to see Rob Bailey, Dana Lynn's husband.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
we had met them, probably 6, 7 years ago.
Not that, yeah, 4 or 5, something like that. When she did the veterans, what'd she call it?
Veteran Appreciation Day at their,
Oh, yeah,
at
yeah.
their gym and
Oh, yeah.
up in Pennsylvania. So they were there, and Dana obviously was engaged heavily with everybody, but I had a quick chance to talk to Rob, and that was pretty cool because he's a good dude and a great supporter of his wife through her endeavors. So it was good. He's good people, and it was great to get to chat with him for a minute.
That's terrific. Yeah, I bet it was cool to see C-Bum. He's got an audience outside of bodybuilding. I mean, he's huge now.
Yeah.
And he is a big man. Just his whole presence, besides just his physical stature, he's with the humbleness he has, and then just his sheer presence, and he is just such a positive influence in the sport. So it's great to see him continue with his successes.
That's great. Yeah, he seems like a good ambassador for the sport for sure.
Yeah.
It's good that he won again because he did look great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I said, pictures don't do these, they don't do any of us justice. It's just so much better in person.
Oh, I agree. No, I totally agree with you on that. It is amazing to meet the folks in person. Although it is kind of funny with the women, they're not as big as you'd think.
Right.
They look so much bigger on stage, so.
Yeah. But it's still like, I don't know. We just look better in person.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
But yes, like I thought when I saw Natalia, like I was just expecting like, this big, big, beautiful woman. And I'm like, okay, well, she still looks amazing and is great and has got the, amazing size. But I thought I was gonna see it was gonna be more. I don't know. But yeah, we all, I think, are a little shocked when we see each other in person, and
Sure. Yeah.
it's definitely different. Yeah.
It is. No, it is a lot different in person, and there's definitely kind of an illusion on stage, I think, in terms of size.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's an illusion for sure.
Mm-hmm. I was curious, how did your meet and greet go? Did you enjoy that, Amy?
I did, yes. I wish I could have stayed longer. I had to get to a 9 o'clock tan, and they're like, if you're not there on time, you're gonna miss. But yeah, I sat next to Brooke, or Brooke sat behind me. And so we got, we chatted, took some pictures, had some laughs. That was fun. But it was just really amazing to see everyone, like, the doors open. I told Eric, I was like, it's like the zombies are coming in. Like, that's what it looks like. Like, the way they just came like rushing in, and it was just it was a sight to see for sure. Just people lined up to see, C-Bum and all those guys. So it was cool.
That's great. Yeah, it's really neat to get, from a fan perspective, again, to get to meet the ladies in person, and y'all are just so amazing. So, and y'all are just so sweet too. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I had my gimmick. I had the beef jerky packets with the meat champions, MEAT. So it was kind of my keep me top of mind there. So now I was curious, did y'all get feedback from the judges on where to improve your physiques to help you get further along for next year?
I have not reached out yet. I have a judge that I'm going to reach out to. I was just trying to let everyone kind of like, because I'm sure they're all bombarded, with everything. But Trey is really pretty good about like looking at, the other competitors and looking at where we're at and pinpointing what it is that we need to really focus on. And, he says, this is what we're going to focus on. And I trust in him that that's what we need to focus in on. So we have a pretty good plan as far as my plan goes, and I know that he's had a conversation with Eric, so.
Yeah, I had to come right back and jump back into work, so I haven't had a chance to reach out to get
Oh.
judges' feedback. But
Sure.
I can almost, like Trey, same with Trey. He, you know, he knows the focus areas we need to work on, and my overall is just a little more size. The conditioning was right on point. I have decent symmetry. It's just putting on a little more size to be a little more formidable in a group like that. So
Sure.
that's the goal. We're gonna start getting bigger.
That's great. Yeah, that's terrific. Have a little off season to grow and get more size. Yeah. That's great. Was it the same judging panel between amateur and the pros?
Maybe
A few, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah. Some of those judges are legends in themselves, like Steve Weinberger and stuff. So that's, yeah, it's cool to get judged by guys like that, you know, because it's kind of an honor, I would think, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And not nerve-wracking like at all.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't really get I thought I would get nervous before I went on stage, and I was like, just gonna go do my thing.
Yeah, that's
Have fun.
That's one of the most amazing things about AIM here is she embraces the moment and really just, she knows that I'm going to bring the best version of myself, and everything else is going to fall into place as it's supposed to fall into place. So, you know, if you know you're bringing your best version, you don't have to worry about being nervous, like, how am I going to fare on stage? You bring the best version of you, and then really it's just at that point,
have fun
with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good, yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that. And you did look really great on stage too. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now I was curious, was it tough for you guys both to prep together kind of at the same time for the Olympia? And I was wondering if you've done this before, or do you prefer to alternate your shows so you don't prep together? And I just have a note where I can see where it could lead to scrapping when you're both tired and depleted and got prep brain going on. And
so we actually do really well when we prep together. Probably better than if we're not. Well, I have trouble when I'm in prep and he's not. If he's in prep and I'm not, he doesn't have a problem. Like, okay. He just, whatever, you know. But I have gotten better, so.
Absolutely.
But you know, how many shows have we prepped together? Universe, Master Nats, your first season that you competed.
Yeah.
So we've done at least a handful at this point of preps together, and you know, for the most part, it's fine. You know, I make sure all of our food's prepped, and we each have our, you know, job as far as that goes. Of course, you know, at the end we're both depleted and hungry and tired, and we're not sleeping, and so it can get a little, you know, can take risks between us, you know, here and there, but you know, we put some food in our bellies and go to bed or something, and then it's fine.
and you know, the mental game in the prep's the hardest piece as you get depleted. And there were many moments where I was, you know, in between work and heading to the gym, I'd text AIM. I'm like, I got no energy right now. I'm dragging. She's like, you got this, you know, you'll find it, get there, get through it. And then, you know, same with her. And so being able to relate, feeling those same feelings at the same time, you know, we can lean on each other to push each other through that, which is invaluable. And so, you know, I take it's awesome to have that kind of support between us, you know, as we're prepping like that.
That's great. Yeah, I was thinking that you could hold each other accountable. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Succeed together, suffer together.
Yeah. No, that's great. And now you have the same coach too. So I think that's kind of interesting dynamic, having the same coach.
It is. And I'd be remiss not mentioning Ryan Stankovic was started us, and awesome individual. And he and I had a conversation, and we outgrew him, and he acknowledged that we outgrew him, and he wanted us to be able to move on, and he actually recommended Trey to AIM.
Mm.
And then like I had no aspirations to compete this year because of my work schedule, but then we were going to be down at the Olympia anyway, so I was like, let's do this. And
Yeah.
I feel super blessed that Trey was willing to take me on, because now that's just one more continuity between us as we continue to grow through and succeed through the sport.
That's terrific. No, I think that's great that you're doing that. Yeah, and Trey sounds like a really good coach too. Sounds like he's good to work with for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I was curious, will either of y'all have plans to kind of switch up or change up your training next year to improve your physiques?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we obviously like to stick with the same thing for an extended period of time and then switch things up. But as far as like what I need to work on is probably just building on top of what I worked on last year. So we're still going to be focusing on, back, a little more density in the back, a little bigger in the legs. So that was the goal last year, and that's the goal this year.
That
for
sounds
me.
good. And same, you had mentioned earlier, Eric, in terms of your goals, but more size.
yeah. It really just more size in general, but my legs have always been a little behind the rest of me, and Trey was able to kind of catch them up to actually have a little more balance between the upper and lower body. And now it's just like with AIM, it's just building on what we've already started and really getting a little more density all across the body here, so that bring in a little bigger, a little tighter package. So it'll be fun to watch.
That's terrific. That's great. I hope you get your pro card too, because then that'd be cool for y'all to do pro shows together too. Yeah.
Well, I'm a year behind AIM because I was deployed when she started. So
Oh wow.
my next year will be the year that same year that she got her card. So the 7-year mark is the big number.
Yeah.
So we'll see how I'm manifesting that too to happen on this next year to be able to put that IFBB Pro next to my name.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. That would be great. So in terms of, Amy was on the cover of Amazon Fitness magazine, and I thought you looked really great. And I still need to watch the videos that Glenn took of you a few weeks ago, but I was curious, did Glenn get any interview or footage of you from the Olympia?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no, we were going to shoot Saturday, but I was like, I can't. I need to sleep. That's what I need to do. But I'm actually shooting with him on Friday, and we'll do some interview there. But unfortunately, I didn't really get to chat with him too much when we were in Orlando. It was just busy, like stacked to the ceiling with things going on. So
sure, I understand.
Yeah.
What's it like be on the cover of a magazine like that? I mean, that's pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah. I mean, when he reached out to me, I never thought it would amount to that. I just thought, I'll do some photo shoots and call it a day. So what he did for me, the road to the O was really cool. And I feel honored that he, wanted to work with me and still wants to work with me. And he's great to work with, easy to work with. He's good at what he does. So, yeah, I mean, that's awesome that I'm on the cover of a magazine. It hasn't come out yet, but I think there'll be stuff on the inside too, just about me and about my experience and all of that. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't realize it hadn't come out yet, but I need to subscribe to it
No,
myself.
yeah, no, it hasn't come out. Yeah, I don't know when mine will come out.
Okay. No, I'll keep an eye out
I'll
for
let you
it.
know.
I need to subscribe anyway, and I'm just being a longtime fan. And it reminds me of when, and this kind of shows how old I am or how long I've been following the sport, but there was a magazine called Women's Physique World back in the 80s and 90s, but it was also just all about female bodybuilding and honoring those ladies. So I'm glad that Glenn kind of got that going again. And magazines are almost like antiquated now in a sense, but I mean, I still
Yeah,
love them though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And me being old school, I like magazines too. So I think it's great that he was able to get that going and get it started again. Like young people though, they're like a magazine. They don't
yeah.
know what that
What's
is.
that?
So it's gone the way of the vinyl. So there'll still always be that little niche group that they like vinyl. They'll still want those magazines. So you know that's that. I'm in excuse me, same boat with you.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, there always going to be a demand for magazines, I think, for old folks like us, because I just turned 50, so I'm getting old. um, I was just wondering, I have just one more question for you. Like, what wisdom can you both impart on how to be a successful bodybuilder for up and coming bodybuilders?
Oh gosh, so many things to say. Just believe in yourself. Um, up until I got my pro card, I was self-doubt and like you always wonder, like, am I gonna be good enough? This, that, and the other. We all know the thought process. Just try and shut that out. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy being on stage because at the end of the day, there's going to be another stage for you to get on.
Mhm.
And just embrace it all. Embrace the hard. Embrace the good. Embrace every last bit of it because it will help you grow not only as an athlete but as just like a person in general. It Yeah, it's taught me a lot and I've changed a lot since starting it, um, not just physically but just mentally and
Mhm.
how I live my life and how I look at things in life. And it's kind of crazy that bodybuilding did that for me, but it really did. And I'm grateful for that. So, if this is something you love, just grind it out, embrace every part of it, stay the course, trust the process, ask questions if you have them. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm sure I have 100 more things that I'm gonna remember after I get off of here. Um,
No, I think
but
it's really good
I
advice
feel
though.
like that's a good bit of information.
Yeah. And we touched on it earlier. Only compete against yourself
Mhm.
each time. Just bring a better version of you.
Mhm.
Focus on you. Be the best that you can be, and don't worry. You control what you can control, which is you. You can't control what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
So you focus on you. You put all that energy towards you. Don't bother, tracking all the other competitors because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're putting into it, and on social media, you'll see these posts where they look phenomenal. You don't know if that picture was taken yesterday or a year ago or whenever. So just do what you can do for you. And then the other thing, and you mentioned it with Chris as an ambassador, whether you're starting at a regional show or you're national qualified or you're getting on the Olympia stage, be a good human, be a
Mhm.
good competitor. You're not always going to come out on top. You may come out on the bottom, you may come out somewhere in between, but
Mhm.
everybody that's up there put in their best and acknowledge that. And then if you are that good human and that good competitor, that's contagious through the rest of the competitors. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you don't have to be a complete jerk and as you go through this. So those are two biggest things for me is you know, just be humble, be a good human, acknowledge what everybody's putting into this, because you're all going through the same thing, and then just focus on you, and that's what you can control.
Yep.
Yeah, I know some competitors who just stop watching social media before a show because they don't want to get in their head, you know, about comparing themselves to other people that are competing. So I think that both of you gave very good advice there. And yeah, I think the be kind and be humble is really important too, just in general, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
In general, yes, but like with your fellow competitors, just be humble and be kind. And you know, like I'm going to a show this weekend to support. I actually have somebody that I coached. It's going to be his first show, and I reached out to the promoter today and I was like, hey, I was in the Olympia this last weekend. I would really love to come backstage and just talk with the other competitors, because
yeah,
I mean, just like giving my experiences and just and lifting them up and encouraging them, and I just want to be a light in others' lives in this sport that I love so much. I think that's really important to just, you know, just because I'm a pro, just because I've been on the Olympia stage doesn't mean that I can't go and support and lift those up that you know, are in a position that I once was in. So
that's great.
and I think most of us that get into this sport want to become pros. So
yeah,
I think if an Olympian would have come up to me in one of my smaller shows, I would have been like, oh my gosh. So I just think it would be cool just to go and meet some of the other competitors and give them advice if they want it.
And you've met Aim and you've interviewed her before. Her energy, her positivity, like it's intoxicating, and it's just something that spreads through a room when she walks in. So you know, that's the kind of ambassador of the sport that we all, no matter what level we're at, we can be. And you know, it's awesome that she's at a level where she can have that type of influence across the full spectrum.
Yeah, I agree. No, and I think that's good to give back like that too. And you know, there's those posing seminars that I've seen sometimes, and superstar seminars and stuff like that. So I think that's, yeah. You know what, we talked about being kind and humble, and I've joked that just to get more ratings for bodybuilding, we need like a wrestling beef, kind of like a kayfabe kind of thing. It'd be kind of fun, you know, it'd be, you know, fake beefs. It wouldn't be like real beefs per se.
Yeah.
And then all the women and men have like their nickname, like the total package or the shirt, you know, something like that. You could learn from wrestling, you know.
It was like Dave Bautista said in the show, you know, he's a failed bodybuilder, and he went into wrestling, and so you know, there's things that cross over all sports and all walks of life like that, like Aim was saying. So it's
that's true.
Yeah, you just got to get a good nickname for her.
Yeah, I have to think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Be interested to hear what y'all come up with.
Something rhyming. I have to think what rhymes with McKown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of time. Would y'all mind me shoot it to you and say something real quick and then flex?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Big flex.
Okay, are we ready? Are we flexing?
Very cool. I got you. Thank you so much, and really appreciate this. And I'll get this posted relatively soon and tag you and stuff. But thank you so much. Great talking with you.
Yeah.
I appreciate the time, and thank you.
Thank you, and best wishes for next year too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bye.